I have some absolutely amazing news to share, and I'd love to share them with you. Join in and celebrate together with us at HVG Media. We were published for the very first time in an article together with Google. So it's absolutely amazing, and I couldn't be prouder of the team. I'm super stoked, and I wanted to read the article together with you. So I hope you enjoy it. I'll add some of my own context. I'll leave the links so that you can check out the full article and read about it as well. The title of the article is Boost Your Ad Efficiency: How to Stop Wasting Ad Spend on Sold Out Stock. Simon Hetland, who is the performance manager over at Naked Copenhagen, it follows. Simon helps apparel retailer Naked Copenhagen optimize and scale, driving digital sales performance and channels to ensure profitable growth. Imagine this: you're an e-commerce brand, you're growing fast with revenue up 77% year on year. Sounds great, right? But what if underneath that top line, your ad spend has increased by 2.5x in the same period? This was the case when we first came in and did an analysis for Naked Copenhagen. They were growing revenue, but ad spend was outgrowing the revenue growth, which on the long term can be really, really dangerous. That's exactly the challenge we faced at Naked Copenhagen, a global destination for women's sneakers and streetwear just a few months ago. Now, when we first came in, I believe it was late October, early November, somewhere there, just to give you an idea. And we launched this project somewhere around mid-December together with them. And this whole perspective is read through Simon's eyes, essentially. So let's keep going. The challenge: ad spend on empty shelves in the warehouse, for context. As a fashion company, we operate on a unique rhythm. We place bets on seasonal products 6 to 9 months in advance without knowing the exact demand for them when they launch and when they hit the actual warehouse. So when a product is sold out, that product is gone, like gone. And we can't just call Nike and order another 2,000 pairs of a popular sneaker. So essentially, when they order, that's it. They don't know if it's a good bet or a bad bet, and they'll find out 9 to 6 months in the future. And that's one of the key challenges that we wanted to solve together with them. He continues, we have been using Google's Performance Max campaigns, an ad campaign type that uses AI to help maximize performance across all channels that are Google, which was fantastic for scaling without having to expand our internal team. Although we were performing well, we realized that we had set up our automation to prioritize products to get the highest return on ad spend, or ROAS. These were often our fastest selling items, the ones that were already by themselves flying off the shelf, even through email campaigns. However, our slow-moving inventory, the products that we needed to shift and start selling because they were taking up space in the warehouse without moving, they were lagging behind. And we knew we had to shift our strategy, especially with peak retail season on the horizon. The journey: building an AI-enabled growth engine. We took this opportunity to our agency, HVG Media. That's us. They didn't just restructure our ad accounts, they proposed building an AI-driven growth engine that would integrate our real-time warehouse data directly into Performance Max. So we were essentially building for the Google Ads algorithm to get the maximum amount of benefit through the data that only Naked Copenhagen has. It was an ambitious and very bespoke project, and quite frankly, a very big risk, considering Google Ad touches up to 50% of the turnover for Naked Copenhagen. Our collaboration was very close. We had phased rollouts over 4 months to ensure we protected the business from any technical glitches or hiccups, and they did come up. We also ensured all comm lines were open and that HVG Media had direct access to our CFO for economic insights and our IT team for data integration, for instance. And this was crucial for building that confidence at every step along the way. And it is true, we were even chatting on WhatsApp. That's how close the communication was. The solution: real-time data meets Google Ads. I'll quote Maciej Benes: my CTO on this. We started by unifying data from Naked Copenhagen's Google Ads, Merchant Center, and Google Analytics. It continues. Cloud and AI engineer at HVG Media, Maciej Benes, having this data together in Google Cloud helped us make product-level predictions about seasonality, price competitiveness, and better assess the business impact of each and every single click. End quote. Like real-time stock levels, size availability, sales velocity, and forecasted sellout dates were then processed by using a custom Google Cloud algorithm that Maciej built together with Naked Copenhagen. This aligned the ad spend with real-time inventory levels, our business priorities, and other signals that the algorithm gathered from connected platforms, allowing for smarter bidding by using Google Ads Smart Bidding. A crucial and custom metric we use is called weeks in stock, and it was created for Naked Copenhagen. This refers to how many weeks in stock the item has left before it is predicted to be sold out, given the current stock levels and sales velocity for that individual product. And now I quote myself, CEO and founder at HVG Media. So if the item has 10 weeks in stock, we can still allocate budget to the item because the stock is sufficient to last for 10 weeks at the current sales pace. However, if this metric is, for example, 2 weeks in stock, then we should be completely sold out within 2 weeks given the current pace of sales for that item. So we start to reduce or pause marketing activities on that item to ensure we don't lose margin on lowering conversion rate due to availability, end quote. Depending on the remaining weeks in stock, the system that we built together either increases or decreases the ad spend on that particular product through a complex set of campaigns that have been structured based on this, while also considering ROAS and other metrics. For instance, if a popular New Balance sneaker in a specific size was nearly sold out, the system would automatically reduce the bids for that exact SKU. It would then redirect this budget to other available sizes or alternative high margin, slower moving items or products or styles. And then there's a great graph here that I recommend that you just look at and study to understand exactly how this was built. Continues. Conversely, if a new collection of Adidas trainers had just arrived and showed high initial demand, our system could intelligently increase the bids to meet that immediate opportunity before the stock depletes. It could then pivot focus once a threshold has been met for how many sales they should have. This level of real-time intelligence reallocation was simply not possible before with these budgets. For the results, unlocking revenue growth and efficiency. Our ad spend grew by 57% year over year when compared to before when it was growing 150% and a bit more actually. So now after we implement, the ad spend is growing by 57% versus 150 plus before year over year. And the revenue increased 92% year over year. Before that revenue growth number was 77%, meaning we were able to decrease at the rate of ad spend growth while increasing the rate of revenue growth. While the performance increases were more than welcome, what we were actually looking for was that we could see that the products we had the most stock on were the ones we were spending the most on. And that's exactly what we did. We tried to mirror the actual warehouse balance to the paid media efforts. And that's what makes this case so amazing. This allowed a better stock rotation and management for the warehouse. We also found the impact extended beyond measurable KPIs. This new approach actually solved another business challenge, an unsustainable mix of both paid and organic traffic. By prioritizing ad spend on products that needed that extra push, we could use other channels like email newsletter or social media for popular items that were likely to sell out on their own. This allowed the already popular items to sell through those organic channels, unlocking more advertising budget for the less popular items. And finally, the internal team at Naked Copenhagen has now also been able to grow, creating a new job opportunity within Naked to manage this new system, which, to be honest, is one of my favorite wins with this whole thing, is that we were actually able to create something so valuable that Naked was then able to give another human being a job. I can't stop smiling about that fact because it's just a wild thought. And I just absolutely love that we were able to create a new business opportunity for a person out there. That's the biggest win for me. What's next? Black Week and peak season. This AI-driven system has changed the approach of Naked Copenhagen to critical sales periods such as Black Friday. Last year, because of the way they had set up the ads automation, they would often be held back on spending more during Black Friday because they couldn't control if the spend was going to the right products or if it was even actually profitable. And they only discovered wasted potential by analyzing numbers after the fact that Black Friday was over. Again, from Naked's perspective, now we have the confidence and the tool to truly scale our budget during these short, intense periods. We can make real-time decisions, knowing we're always prioritizing the products that make business sense, adapting to unpredictable demand spikes and rapidly changing the inventory. This system is built for any season, giving us the agility to unlock our full potential, even when the market is at its most dynamic. The journey isn't over. Our next step is to integrate profitability data into our automation. We want to move beyond just stock volumes and ensure that every order generated is within a profitable scope, factoring in elements like product return rates, which is extremely key for someone like Naked Copenhagen, who has huge dependence on return rates because it's shoes. It's shoes in the women niche. So there's a lot of return rate, of course, and they operate across 4 markets, one of them being Germany, which is infamous for having really high return rates. And each individual product can actually have different return rates. So just doing a one-size-fits-all return rate calculation isn't good enough. What they actually need is something that is a running calculation based on the current returns that they're getting as they come in for each individual model when possible. And that's exactly the next step that we're trying to build together with Naked Copenhagen, which is going to be a really cool project. So this project with HVG Media has redefined what's possible in scaling digital advertising profitably for us. It's a testament to how data, technology, and tech solutions can revolutionize paid media performance for modern retailers. For us at Naked Copenhagen, it's not just about more sales. It's about smarter, more sustainable, and more profitable growth. End of that. And what an amazing case. I'm so happy with this. Huge shout out to Maciej Benes, huge shout out to Simon at Naked Copenhagen, to Ida at Google, and to Frederick at Google as well, our POCs. This couldn't have been possible without all of you, and I'm so excited to see what we can keep building together. And if anyone knows, I'd love to know if this was a record to get a Think with Google article within 11 months of starting the agency. That would be really cool. But I can't wait until the next one. And I'm so happy with all of these results. So thanks to everyone who's been involved. And yeah, keep following us. Reach out if you're curious on more details about this case. And we'd be happy to assist you with it. And as always, never forget, stay humble. Take care, everyone.